Welcome to Module 7 of our Structural Design class. So in today's module, we want to edit the axis label to correspond with what we have in the Autocad, so that when we eventually export the protastructure model to Autocad, we can be able to identify those beams in the protastructure model and that of the Autocad model. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to relabel the protastructure model, the axis. We are going to relabel the axis label to correspond with what we have in the Autocad, because we are going to export the protastructure model to Autocad environment so that we can edit and pick some of the detailing that we want to pick. So to do that, we go back to protastructure model. So we look at this. So from I think I can try and see how I can let me see what I'll be able to do so that it will be very easy for me. Let me see how I can shape this to help me work. So this is grid line A. So we will edit this. So for you to edit this grid line, you double click on it. So when you double click, you come here, you just edit and update. Sorry. Then update. So let's double click on it again. Put that A. Okay, let me double click on this. Okay, let me check again what could be the problem. Okay, I think this is 2. This is like two um, let me see, I think this is actually to edit at this point. Let's see what we can do here. This property, so clicking on this now. I don't know why it's not editing. Okay, let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. The next one is B. Let's move to the next one, that is B. So this is B. This is B. This one is changing, is giving us A. So let's like this thing is somehow sensitive. So let's see how we can do some editing work here. So let's start with, we can call this A prime for the sake of, okay, so that one is okay. So we start from this one. So we can make this one A prime prime, A prime prime. Okay, so that one has edit to A prime prime. So we click on updates. Then we click on this. Let's see if this will now change. So we call this one A. So let's check, there must be A somewhere. That is why it's not editing. There must be A somewhere. There must be A somewhere. This is A prime. There must be A somewhere. So let's check where we have that A. There must be A somewhere. There must be A. This is A2, this is A1. This is A20 something. So let's check out where we have A. Okay, so this is where we have A. This is where we have A, and that is why we find it difficult to edit. So let's work on this one. We call this one A prime prime. Yes, A prime prime. Okay, so we can close, then we go back to this now. So this can now change to A. So you can now see that because we have already had A somewhere here, so that was why we couldn't change that one to A. And if we have B, if there is anyone like B, like this one now, this one is B, so we can't edit this. So we have to change this one to B prime, or maybe B0. So we can call this one B0 so that we can edit. Okay, fine. Okay, now that we have gotten the solution, these are A. These are A. So these are B. So change this to B. These are B. These are B. These are B. So we check out again. This is our C. This is our C. Immediately after the B, the next one is C. So we come to C. This is our C. This is our C. Now, if you check, is changing to F. And the reason why it's changing to F is that we have C somewhere. So we have to locate that C that we have somewhere. So it's telling us it's changing to F. So we have to locate the C. There's a C. Look at the C here. So we are changing this now. So we are changing this to like C2. Let's check if it's gonna change. So it's gonna change to C2. So from here we can edit our C. We can edit our C. This is our C. So this is now become C. Okay. So that is our C. So we look at the next one. The next one is D. So where do we have our D? This is our D. So we go back. This is our D. So we double click. Oh, this D is not going to change because we need to change the D somewhere here, giving us F. So let's look at D. We saw D somewhere here. So we have to change that. Look at our D here. So we have to change this to like D1. Okay, so we go back and change this. So this now become D. Okay, so this now become D. So we look at the next one. The next one is E. The next one is E. This is our E. This is our E. This is our E. So we change this to E. Okay, it's not changing, meaning that there is E somewhere. So we have to locate the E and also change, edit it. So there is E somewhere. So let's check out and see where we can find it. There is E somewhere. Okay. This is the E. So we can call this one E0. E0. So because of time, I think I need to pause the video and do the editing. At least you have seen what I have done so far. You have seen what I have done, and when you click and you try to change and it's not changing, you know exactly where the problem is. So that axis label exists. So you have to look for where it is and edit it. So I will not really bother myself with this other level, axis level. I will not really bother myself. What I really need is the axis that defines our major structural element like the beam. So that is what I've really focused on and edit. Other one I might not really have much time to go through the editing of it. So let's look at this one. So this is our F. This is our F. So we come here. This is our F. This is our F. So we change to F. Okay. So we have been able to edit all the axis level to correspond with our own Autocad label. We have been able to do that. So we have everything now. So we don't really bother ourselves about this other level. The most important thing is the major axis level that defines our major structural element like the beams and columns. So we have been able to edit all of them now. So the next thing that we want to do, since we have done with everything, we want to send this. We want to send this to Autocad. We want to send this to Autocad, where we can now extract the details of our structural members. Okay, so now what I always advise people when it comes to protastructure is that protastructure detailing for beams are okay. If you know how to edit it, you can manage it. But when it comes to slab detailing, if you rely on protastructure slab detailing, the time that you will spend to edit the slab detail will even be more than you doing the detailing using Autocad straight away. So I always advise people that you can use protastructure to detail your beams. You can also manage for columns, and then for slab staircase you can use other software. You can use the Autocad too. So now we want to export this. We want to export this to Autocad. So for us to do that, what we will do right now is for us to go to draw and report. So when you click on draw and report, you click on prota detail. So do you want to save changes? Yes, prota details. Remember that we have already run the design and analysis of this structure. So we want to export the drawing to Autocad now. So when you open the prota detail, this is what you have. So this is the name of the project, Mr. Anthony Design. And here the prota detail will ask you, how do you want to proceed or to generate detail? Now, if you click on auto generate detailed drawing manager, it's going to generate everything, including what you want and what you don't want. So in order for you not to put yourself into that situation where the whole thing will be generated, because it will take you time for you to be able to sort out some of those unwanted members. So instead of clicking on this one, you click on the next one, which says start by creating a new drawing. So I will click on this, start by creating a new drawing. So when you click on that option, you come to form and plan. You click on form and plan. So this is story one, this is story two, which has to do with the roof, and this one is the foundation. So let's start with this story one, form and plan. So we start. So you you click on draw. So when you click on draw, this dialog box will pop up, and when it pops up, you just need to do a few settings here, just a few settings here. So what I will do, I will click on insert to sheet. Now by clicking insert to sheet, I'm telling Prota that I need a sheet. I need a sheet to be used for my drawing. I need a sheet. Then under this sheet we have a A0 Prota DXL. So I want to edit this. So I want A3. I want to use A3. I will click on this one, A3DXL. Then I'll click on OK. Then I will come to this scale. So let me use 75 and see. Okay, let's allow that 50 to be. So let's see how the 50 would look like. Then for the quantity table, I will allow it to be. Then what again? Insert model information. Yes. Generate sheet list. No, I don't need the sheet list. So the next thing I will do is for me to click on draw. So when you click on draw, you come to this environment and you paste. Okay, so I have seen that very scale is not enough. The sheet I have generated is not enough. So what I will do, I will simply delete this. Simply click on it and delete. Then I will go back and click on draw. Then I will come here, change this. Let's change this to 100 and see, or let's change this to 80 and see how it's going to look like. So I'll click on this and then I will paste. So you can see that 80 is quite okay. So you can click this, adjust it to what you want, just move. You can move this to what you want. So this is manageable. Okay. Then I'll click on the second one, which is the roof level. So I will do the same thing. So automatically Prota has set everything automatically based on the previous setting. So I will click on draw and then come to somewhere here and paste it. So this is my roof level with the roof beams. So I will just click on the sheet, arrange it the way I want. Okay, so I'm done with that. So this So I'll click on foundation, click on OK. Then I will come here. Let me place it. So this is the foundation. This is the foundation. So I can also shift this and adjust to what I want. Okay. So we are done with that. We are done with that. I can further shape this, move this, and further move this. Can move this maybe and keep it somewhere here. Anyhow I want to arrange it, I can arrange it. Can also move this, keep it there. Move this. Keep it here. Okay. So I now move to story beam elevation drawing. This one was the form plan, which include the foundation. This one is just like general arrangement. Now, why this one is like this is because we have not included the slab detail. If we have included the slab detail, you would have seen that this one would have cluster. So the reason why we don't have this thing clustering the way it's supposed to be is because we don't include the reinforcement detail. So maybe for the sake of those that may want to use the prota reinforcement detail, maybe they have what it takes to do the editing. So we will go back after this, maybe in our next model, we will go back and then insert those reinforcement and now export it to Autocad. But for now, let's work this one. Okay, so for the story beam, you click on this, then you right click. Now, draw beam elevation. You don't click draw beam elevation one by one. You click on draw beam elevation. So here we have to also change this. So let's change this to 80. Insert sheet. We change this also to A3. So change this to A3. Click on OK. You click on draw. So you come to somewhere here and paste. So as you can see, this is the detail, the proper beam detailing. So this is how the detailing look like. This is how the detailing look like. So you can see that you need to do a lot of work. You need to do a lot of work again, but this one is a bit even okay. This is scale of 1:80 that is giving us this. So you see that you need to, even after you have finished all this, you need to come back and do a lot of work on it again. You have to like edit this until you have what you need. But I think this one is quite okay compared to the slab. This one is quite okay. Okay, so we move to, so this one has to do with the floor slab, and it has the quantity and one. So when we export this to Autocad, we are going to remove all this information and arrange them to give us our bar bending schedule and quantities. Okay, so we move to the next one, which is the roof level, and we use the previous setting. So you come here. So let's paste somewhere here. So you know that this one has to do with your roof beam. while this one is your lobby. So we are done with that. So let's click on the footings. So for the footings, let's also draw it. So these footings, I think let's use 50 as the scale. Then insert sheet. Then come here, use A3, click on OK, then draw. So I will come here, paste it. So this is the footings detail. Okay, now we are done with the structural member that we want to. Okay, for the column, if you need the column, let's also do it for the column, or in case you need the column. So let's also do it for the column. So let's change this scale to like 70. Insert sheet, come here, change this to A3. Yes, A3. Then we draw. So we put it here. So this is the column. So one thing with the protastructure column detailing is that it doesn't include the footings. It does not include the starter bar. It doesn't include the footing. So this is where it stops. So from here, this is the DPC level, and this is below the ground level. It's supposed to include the footings reinforcement. It doesn't do that. So that is why some people don't use it. But if you can edit, if you can have the patience to edit it, I think it's very simple for you to use. It's very simple. So we go for this roof level. So this we use the same setting. So we come here and we place this other column. Okay. Sorry. No, I made a mistake. Okay. Sorry about that. So for the column, we have to wait for it to respond. Okay. So for the column at from first floor to roof, so you click, it will still use the same setting. So you come down here and you paste. Okay, so this is from first floor to the roof level. So as you can see, it has already, because we define the roof beam as 30, so it has already detailed everything for us, including the bar bending schedule. That is one beautiful thing about the product structure, the bar bending schedule that it has been able to generate automatically. So I think we are done. Now. So the next thing that we will do is just for us to export it. So you click on export, then it will tell you this is the file name. So export to. So I want to change the directory. This is the highest version of the Autocad 210. I don't have a problem with that. Then change directory. So I want to change the directory. I want to define where I will I will put this. So let me go to my desktop. From desktop, I go to this. From this, I go to this. From this, I go to project. From here, I click on this, and then I click on this. So I will now click on that and click on export. So we have to wait for it to export, finish the exporting. Okay, so this is our drawing. This is our drawing. So we can click this and open. Continue. So this is our drawing in Autocad. This is our drawing in Autocad. Now, I have a template that has been set already. That once I copy this to that template, the line weights will automatically be updated. So I will open to that template that I have. I open to that template that I have. So let me check that template. Let me check that template that I have already. This template that I have. Okay. Okay, so this is a template. So I want to open the template now so that I can copy this to it. I can copy it to it. Okay, so I want to copy what I have done already to this template. So this is a template. So let's go back. We go back to our drawing. Go back to our drawing. So we copy everything here. Copy everything. Highlight the drawing. Click on clipboard. Click on copy. Then come to and click here. Then right click. Click on clipboard. Click on paste. So we wait for it and we paste everything. So as you can see, you see that the line weight has automatically update itself because it is a template that automatically updates itself. You can see now everything has automatically updated itself. So from here you can do all your setting or your editing that you want to edit. So you can do all your editing work here. Okay, so I think that is what I wanted to show you, how you can export your Prota model to Autocad, and from here you can do all the editing and then prepare your drawing for final printing. So thank you very much, and remember that this very design project that we are handling at hand, we want to compare the Prota structure design and our manual design. So we are going to arrange all these being one after the other, check out the reinforcement, and then carry out the design of each of these beam and compare the reinforcement with what Prota has designed. And from there we can now conclude if design from proper software is more effective or if it is not. And from there, because as an engineer, you must, even though you are using a software to do your design, you should be able to judge the software. If the software is actually performing the design accurately or not. So you should be able, because whatever that you cabbage in the software is what you cabbage out. So I used to advise the young engineers that are coming up that before you delve into the use of software, understand design from first principle. So that is why we are taking time to do this design using the software and also use the manual. So in our next model, we will see how we can do to sit down and arrange this thing. May take us time, and we might not do it under the video recording, but I will see how we can just pick one beam, maybe do the editing, and from there you can do others by yourself. So I will drop this prota drawing template in the platform so that you can also benefit from it. So thank you very much. See you in our next module. Bye.